Hello guys, time for another update on my Tau. Now this time, rather than boring you with showing you what I've already done, I'm just going to show you what I have done. So far, here's what I painted. I painted 4 of my Tau models. Now, painting a Fire Warrior, I actually did a little test. I didn't videotape the test or anything. This is a test model. Get him into better lighting. It took me roughly 25 minutes to paint this guy. So yeah, I think he did pretty cool. I did some gunk effects on him by mixing Gryphon Sepia with fairly random paints such as orange and gold. On his helmet I used gold, which is fairly prominent. And on a shoulder pad I used a little bit of orange, and then you can see the shading on that. So yeah, just a bit of Gryphon Sepia. And then here's my commander guy. I didn't time me painting him. I really like how the bonding knife turned out though. It's pretty cool. His helmet's orange because he's not wearing a helmet. So are parts of his shoulder pad. That turned out better than I expected. Painted that one little part blue. Also gives the effect of a shadow. And then, which one was my test model? This guy is my test model. He's still the exact same. Nothing's changed about him. And I painted one more guy. This is just if you've played HeroScape, those I forget what they're called. They have those eggs and they pop out. And some of them, or one of them, if you get the pack that has that weird guy with the sword in his arm, he has his stance like this, and I thought that looked cool, so I took that stance. I actually did edge highlighting rather than actually dry brushing it on. But what I actually did for the pants is what I did is I painted the entire thing gray, and then I watered down black paint a lot, and then I filled it in to shade it. Could have just used Bad Ad Black, but I'd rather not. And so those are the 4 other guys I painted. I also painted 2 gun drones. So here's one of them. I think they turned out pretty well. The other one's pretty much the exact same. That's painting progress I have. Oh yeah, also, didn't mention this, I got a multicolored dice cube, so now I have dice. I'm thinking of, once my Tau army is fully painted, which will take a pretty long time, maybe I won't wait until the whole thing's painted, but at least the models that I spray painted right now, because I want to get the bulk of my army painted. And I like painting, it's really fun. And again, it only takes half an hour to paint a single model, so I can do 2 models per hour. So if I set 3 hours aside to paint, then I can paint a whole squad. Of course, I only have 4 done, so that's not a whole squad, and normally don't set aside time that long to paint, because normally at some point I'll get interrupted to do something. But still, pretty cool. The Skyray, I have not actually built the bulk of it, but because I have not magnetized, I've just blue tacked it right now. I don't have the right size magnet. My hammerhead in my Battle Force box, which is serving as a box where I just put my random tank weapons, because I don't really want to put them in my Fire Warrior box, because hold on, let me put you guys down for a second. Because I don't want to use my Fire Warrior box, because if I do that, then I can't store my flying base stance and gun drones in there. So this is it, the actual turret itself, to show you how big it is. This is my orc army. So it's about as tall as an orc that doesn't have any hair. And then it's pretty long too. So yeah, and then the cool thing is, if I put it down, because I can't do it with one hand, this turret is actually able to rotate up on its hinges if you don't glue it in place. Oh wow, this is kind of coming off. I didn't actually glue this together, but it got stuck, so I didn't want to, when I was dry fitting it, so I didn't want to take it out just to glue it in place. And so yeah, it's kind of curved. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or if it was just kind of me sucking it, putting it together. This was actually a pretty confusing piece. The instructions are absolutely shit, so I had to pretty much do this by me guessing of where pieces go. And so, yeah, that's the Skyray turret. I haven't glued on the missiles because I'm planning on magnetizing them. so that I don't have to like keep a sheet and record, alright, I took off 1 missile, 2 missiles. I can just take them off when I use them. And then once it's out of missiles, you'll just see it with no missiles. But there are racks back here. They hold them kind of loosely, not very well, so I don't want to just use that. But for the time being, I guess I'll just have to use blue tack to keep them in place, just like I am with keeping my hammerhead stuff in place. So you can see it's like loosely keeping in place, but if you just like nudge it, then it'll fall. So I don't really want to trust that, because whenever I move my models around, I'm going to have to replace all the missiles that I haven't fired. So yeah, there's the Skyride turret. I've built that. Still the rest of the hull of that to build, which will take a while because I need to make sure that I don't glue in some of the pieces, because I'm planning on magnetizing it later. And so, yeah. Also, if you don't glue in the seats like perfectly right, which is kind of hard not to do, there's just a pain in the a-hole to glue on the landing gear. Because obviously I haven't glued on the hull on that thing, so I can take it off, because I'm going to be painting it, of course. So it's not that hard to re-glue on the benches, but I have to keep doing it, and I don't really want to glue them on, because at some point I'm going to use a flying base stand. So I just have them on a flying base stand now. So yeah, see you next time, guys.